All right. All right. All right. All right. Hello. Malethamphetamine here. Um, I'm probably gonna do this quick, but this is going to be how to make a methamphetamine track. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that I am still I'm not the greatest when it comes to music production. I do very little. I do very simple stuff with my music. I don't typically do that crazy of things. But so the first thing I usually use synth. I usually use synth pads from this plugin called Podolsky. It's free plugin that you can get and stuff. Yeah, I typically use the pads on here. Actually, I just realized. Yes, I do have the output correct. Sorry about that. So let's just find one that we can use. Very simple stuff. Now, I typically I really like the sound of major chords going into minor chords. I typically start with a major chord. This is for the songs like interwave and extra wave and stuff. Um, Typically for the more calmer quote unquote tracks. Um, and yeah, I typically just do very basic chord progressions. This one's just very simple, nothing too crazy. So we have our chords and stuff. Then we're gonna need to get our bass. Your bass can be really any kind of bass as long as it isn't like anything like crazy distorted. For this one, I'll just use a basic sub bass using 3 OSC. Very basic stuff as I said before already. Um, Then there's two things you can do here. You can do like something like this. Like you can get like a jungle break, something basic like or you can also do something like this from either these two kits. These two kits are some like two of my favorites. They're really good. Um, yeah, go here. Gonna want something that's like not like too high energy. Can either do it like super fast like this. I'd make them something like this. And then, you know, now it's time for the drums. I almost always use this one. Uh, I use some of the other ones, but the main first three in this one are the main ones that I usually use. Then I use a clap. Uh, Let me just do regular floor on the floor pattern, you know. And so then after that, oh shoot. Alright. After that, you're get um gonna get a plucky noise. Uh, just any type of plucking noise. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. And you're just gonna wanna make an ARP based off the chords and stuff. And you know, you can arrange it however you want. You know, you can have like different parts, segments, arrange it, stuff. But this is like the basic core parts. of my of most of my tracks. More specifically, Interwave and Extrawave. Those ones were like really simple. Those ones were really simply made. I almost completely forgot. You gotta have the crash number for the Alright. There we go. Can never forget that. That's really good. That's really important. I'll just skip to the only interesting part. There we go. And yeah, that's essentially how you make a methamphetamine track. Very basic, nothing very complex. Pretty basic stuff, all things considered. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching this tutorial and stuff. Uh, and yeah, thanks for oh shoot, yeah, and thanks for watching. All right, bye.